Hi friends, good morning. Welcome to our next tutorial on Android. So this is very important for our apps development. Maximum this we use for every application. So how that is happens? So we'll see now, and what is that feature we'll see now. So here one of the main feature of our Android is nothing but here that is FCM. So a lot of people know about this FCM full form, Firebase Cloud Messaging. So what is this Firebase Cloud Messaging? Initially, there is a cloud-based messaging. This has different things. So that different things is nothing but like it has a GCM, Google Cloud Messaging. So that time Google Cloud Messaging is only to send notifications. But right now it has updated as FCM, that is Firebase Cloud Messaging. Using this Firebase Cloud Messaging, not only notifications, it has lot of things. So what are the products it has? First we can able to see in this here. This platform is also provided by Google. See Firebase.google. It's Google product only. So in this there are a lot of things are there. Few of them will use regularly to build our applications here. This. So how we can use this? See, first one in this is Firestore. So this is to sync data from the devices. Like this is using this we can build a dynamic application. So with no SQL data concept, we can store the data into this server to mobile. So that is used for this. And this we can integrate with machine learning also. So using this machine learning and the next cloud functions like this can be backend code without needing any APIs. Automatically we can connect with the server. The next authentication, like this authentication is nothing but it's a we can know email ID, password, and a third party links, Facebook. So we can verify with this. So immediately we can get an authenticated users. So directly we can get authenticated users. See, in each and every this thing, it is saying this how it is suitable. It supports for iOS, Android, and web. Like this, for every it is showing this features. The next hosting. This is applicable for web application. So we can host our web application here. So like website, we can host this, and cloud storage. So it's a storage like images, audio, video with powerful, simple, cost effective. We can use this. So that one it's saying this cloud storage. Then after this here, it's a real-time database. So here also it has the database that is real-time and efficient, low latency, and it has synced data with the real-time clients easily, so that we can access through here. This can be supported for all. After that, here there is another different things are there, crash analytics. So once we can enable crash analytics to your application, it can be very helpful to check your app in a live. Once it's your app in a live, we can able to check there any crash happens for the app. Automatically it can trigger this events. So there we can check and we can resolve the issues, and we can upload app again in a Play Store. So that it can help. And same case, it's a performance monitoring. So this performance monitoring, it can raise performance like how much time it is taking to open this each and every app like this. It can say that this. And the next, it's a test lab. So this test lab should help to test your applications. You can test your application using this. How this will happen, each one by one we can able to check here now. And app distribution. So if you want to share your app, like shareable links, so that it can be shared, get reference links, that here we can get. This is for only an Android iOS. And the next, business analytics purpose. So this is messaging. This is in-app messaging. Google in-app messaging like means chatting kind of applications we can build using this. And Google Analytics, we can use Google Analytics tool, like how many users are using, where those users are using, like we can get here analytics. Next is this predictions, like it's integrated with the Google machine learning, so that using that Google machine learning, it has, we can use in messaging purpose, remote configurations and all we can use. And this is also one more type of testing, we can use testing point of here. Next is a cloud messaging. This is a notification purpose, so we can send a notification to Android and iOS devices. Also, web also we can send the notification this, and it's used. Next one is a remote configuration. This we can use for remote configuration. Then dynamic links, we can generate the dynamic links. So these all are the things which are included in our Firebase. But is this is free or it's a paid? So in this, some of them are free, some of them are free, some of them have some limitations. So what are the limitations? We can check here now. See, there is a next tab here in this website itself. This website link I'll share you in a description. So here, pricing. Once we enter into this pricing, here see, first plans are free, testing, analytics, app distribution, app indexing, these all are completely free. Then after this, authentication. So there is a limitation. US, Canada, and India 10,000 per month. All other countries 10,000 per month. After that, these all are the prices. So this is the next, Cloud File Store. So this file store also here has a one limitation. It has, see, 1 GB data, 1 GB, and 10 GB. So 20K per day, 50 documents read, write, and deletes. So it has some limitations. And cloud functions, so it has 125K per month. Only it has some. After that, each should be $40.4. Then after that, Google Cloud Messaging. So this is the free. This is three. These three are free. And this hosting 10 GB per month, 10 GB bandwidth. It's a free. After that, it should be chargeable like this. Then in-app messaging, it's a free. And machine learning, it's only 1K per project. After that, it's a paid. Then it's a auto, same, performance monitoring free, predictions free, real-time database 100. Only it can accept only concurrent users are 100. After that, it cannot. Also, space is also very less. And remote configurations, it's a free. And storage, only 5 GB storage. It's only per one day we can access either 1 GB data only. So test labs, this can be a 10 tests per day. So virtual devices as well as the physical devices. So these all are the limitations. So after these limitations, it should be the payable account. So how this happens, we can see one by one. First of all, in this today we'll concentrate on this. In our next video, we'll concentrate on the notification part, so that we can see one by one, we can go through this. Thank you. To get more updates, please subscribe.